We're in the process of republishing my older books as ebooks. And today I want to talk to you about this one, The Heart of Islam. This is the hard copy, obviously, that the ebook is based on. The Heart of Islam, I wrote it and it was originally published in 2002 after 9/11, and it feels just as relevant today to remember that whilst with all religions there can be a really negative aspect of the sort of dogmatic and violent often way that people who are inspired by these dogmas can behave. At their heart of all these religions there is the same mystical truths which are to do with love and oneness. And that is, of course, true of Islam as with all the others. And this is a book about that perennial wisdom at the heart of Islam, and it draws on sayings from the great Sufis as well as the other Islamic wisdom sources. And it's done as a book you can sort of leaf through, because there's a little saying and then there's a commentary on it to bring out its meaning, to help you explore it, and then a little practical focus for contemplation that you can then use to bring that particular wisdom into your life. So it's a practical book. So it's a book you can dip into, it's a book you can play with, and there's some lovely stuff in here, I think, you know, from some really deep mystical truths, often with a great Sufi sense of humor, I think. This is Al-Bastami. Is anybody here except Allah? Is it? You know, it's a deep thought. It's all God. It's all God. This is all the imagination of one mind. This is the great mystic insight. We are all God. It is all God. From that sort of depth to the wise, every situation is an opportunity to break free. Every situation is an opportunity to break free. What does that mean? See, I want to stay and contemplate that with you, but I'm not going to, because I just want to slip through a few. There's stories too. There's one here from about Mullah Nasruddin, the Sufi Fool. Mullah's a teacher, a religious teacher. But he's a fool who teaches through his foolishness, and there's a lovely story of how someone's lent his donkey to Nasruddin and comes to get his donkey back and says, I want my donkey back, Nasruddin, you had it for too long. And Nasruddin says, I don't have your donkey. What are you talking about? And at which point there is ee-oh coming from the shed, and the villager goes, you know, what are you talking about, Mullah? I can hear my donkey in your shed. And Nasruddin says, are you going to take the word of a donkey over the word of a mullah? I love these stories. It's because it's stupid, of course, but it captures something. It captures, it captures the danger of religious authority. You know, that when it's saying, take the evidence of your own senses over the evidence of religious authority. And that's the great perennial mystical wisdom, which is the essence of what's at the heart of all these religions, including what's at the heart of Islam, which is what this book is all about. So, I hope you enjoy. I'll end with a little quote from Rumi, the most famous Sufi, Jalaluddin Rumi, very famous now in the West because of the excellent work of Coleman Barks in translation. And here he's talking about the Sufis, who he calls the lovers. And he says, the lovers have a faith of their own. Their only creed is love. And for me, as a lover, that captures the perennial, universal, simple wisdom of kindness, love and oneness, kindness. That is the heart of every religion, and is indeed the heart of Islam.